Oh my god.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. This is the mic.
What? This doesn't record at all here?
This doesn't record sound when this is plugged in.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's snazzy. So
You should be able to hear it. Where'd I get this from?
Yeah.
I got this from the internet.
Are you not going to plug it? You're
It's
a media
plugged.
company.
It's plugged in. This is from Rode. This is a Rode Wireless Go 2. And there's two of them. I've got another one so you can do dual. So you could have a mic as well, but you're too scared. Nobody knows who the ghost mysterious producer is. Anyway, this is the QPod. I'm having a bit of a. We've got someone behind the camera, so that's why if I'm looking off to the side, I'm sort of testing out. I've never really done a podcast with someone off camera, but I think it's going to work quite well, or at least is almost the way I want to do it, or I think would be best. Because not a lot of people want to be on camera and aren't comfortable on camera. They're more comfortable off camera. I don't really care because I've done it for quite a while, and I'm very, very self-obsessed.
Talk to us a little bit about your obsession with yourself.
So yeah. When this started back in the day. So this is episode 2 of the QPod. This was really something. I'm in my friend's house, an undisclosed location, as always. Part of this podcast is never a disclosed location. But this was really, it's way past my bedtime, normally. I'm normally in bed at this time. It's 10 to 9, right? But the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to reinforce the habits of doing things when maybe you don't always want to, or evenings is very much of a lazy time for myself anyway. And I never really get as much done as I want to because I always get distracted or, never actually fulfill the goals that I have for that day. So this was something that, because of the podcast, that I'm really trying to push, and I really want to, like we were actually discussing earlier, me and this mysterious man that nobody knows who's going to be.
You can see my gender.
I assumed gender, yeah, I know, blooming heck, get crucified nowadays. So we were having a really good conversation earlier on about why am I doing this podcast? Now, I couldn't answer. If I remember right, I said that I don't have an answer for exactly why I'm doing it. I think that there's definitely some selfish reasons that I like the fact that, or I feel as though I'm quite good on content or in front of camera, and this is one of my best ways of getting my personality across. And anyone that knows me knows that I can talk for England, and if I'm comfortable enough, then I can normally have a good discussion. So doing these in a more serious setting and having a base and set, a structure. This one doesn't have any structure, but having a set structure of a conversation, I can normally have a good conversation or be able to carry a conversation or continue a conversation, where some people might not be able to do that on camera, especially. But so there's some selfish reasons because I feel as though I have skills in the content area, but I also want to do it because, like, all in all, I would like to grow a podcast. I feel as though I have the right sort of skills necessary to produce it myself before then having to outsource that as well. But yeah, this QPod is really to educate, to entertain. I really want this to be like a chilled out, like I'm going to have my friends on here. Obviously, I asked my friend who's behind the camera, Ryan, how's it going? And he very pleasantly declined, but he said, I'll sit faceless behind the camera. Brilliant. Yeah, we like that. He's just, making sound behind the camera. Cheers for that. Nice one. Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I'm going to have friends on. I want to really, I'm going to use my networks and try and get some really interesting guests on this as much, not as soon as I can, because I do want to actually, cut my teeth a little bit when it comes to doing this and trying not to say and having real fillers, because that's what I find myself doing. I go, and that's obviously crucifixion within the podcast space, is not doing that. Chris Williamson says his first podcasts were awful and he was doing exactly that. It's just about trying to articulate and be able to actually have a entertaining, engaging conversation with someone or with the audience, and be able to, hold their attention, because nowadays nobody has any attention span. Everyone's flicking through reels and shorts and TikTok, and it takes you know, it takes something really special for some people to actually stay in and be engaged outside of my friends and people that I know. Even my family. I was going to say family, but they don't bloody watch this shit. So there's no point saying that. So, yeah, I really do have, you know, even though this is not the podcast, and this is why I'm trying to sort of split them up. The podcast, the QPod, which is what I've been doing the work on the logo on my story, if you've seen it. And obviously I've posted the first episode. Hopefully the sound's a bit better. I think it's definitely going to be better sound in here. The media brand, QP Media or whatever I decide to call it, is going to be slightly different. It's going to be slightly different. So when I talk about the podcast right now, I'm talking about specifically filming these and, you know, just being relaxed and, you know, and then bringing guests on, having friends, whatever. I'm not trying to make money from this instantly. I understand if I put the time and the effort and the work in, potentially there could be I could monetize this, but I'm doing this for my own enjoyment because I like podcasts. I've listened to podcasts literally for 15 plus years. Like, it's literally since I was like in year 8, I was listening to podcasts. I find them very interesting. It's a very good way of understanding someone, and also how they interact with other people when you sit them in a relaxed environment, when it's not scripted, you haven't got loaded questions, all that sort of stuff, when you're just really having a conversation like you would do with your mates. And that's what I really do want to try and recreate, is sitting down in your mate's living room having a chat, which is what I wanted to recreate today, but he's just sat over there smirking at whatever I say.
You can't help me like that.
Yeah, I can. Definitely can. Hopefully you can hear roughly what he said as I'm having a conversation with myself as per normal. So that's pretty much what the sort of the goals of the podcast. By the summer, so let's say in 6 months, I want to have done 20 podcasts. I'm doing pretty well so far. This is the second one I'm filming, and we're only about a week. Well, we're obviously a month in, or nearly a month in, but this is a week into. This is the same week. Here we go. The other people who've come back to their own house in the Underscullies location. We're gonna see Mr. Cole come in a second. We're gonna take a quick break because my food's ready.
No, come on. We want this.
All right. We've got the other occupants of this house are actually turning up while we're filming a casting couch video.
So are you going to keep this long form content, or are you going to chop this up?
This is going to be long form.
Okay. Oh shit! That's all right, mate. Come on.
We're doing an OnlyFans shoot. What's going on here? What the hell?
Put your trousers back. None of this is scripted.
Would you like to be on QPod number 2? Just say hello. You've seen. Well, you can just say hello. People know who you are.
Can I brush my teeth first?
I mean, unless you're gonna melt the mic because your breath smells that bad. Come on, say. Everybody who knows my Instagram or follows me on Instagram knows who this mate is.
Hi, Matt, 28, Worcester.
Magic number.
5k PB, 1750.
Again?
No, that's just my standing PB.
Oh, I thought it was 18 something that you
No,
did the
that's
other day.
just a park run. Park run don't get to.
He makes it sound like it's some feat. I literally nearly shit myself running a 21:20.
Park run don't get to see the real me. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to unleash.
We're running tomorrow, are we not?
Yeah.
All right, where are you going to take me?
What do you want to do, long or fast?
Our fast is slightly different. I'll go faster.
Nah, we'll see.
Well, just do a chilled one.
We can do a medium-paced, medium distance.
Just middle of the road.
Just get some bloody bang average KMs in.
Sounds good to me. Right, we're going to take a break so I can actually say hello to my friends. Thanks very much.
See you on the other side.
There you go. Press the red button on the top.
Come on, tell us, where did we get to? Absolutely no idea.
I don't have a clue. Matthew came in.
I just came in and disrupted the whole thing. So we were talking about, would you like a strawberry?
I would love a strawberry.
Incoming. Anyone?
No, thank you, mate. I prefer it in a cookie.
With the greenery?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about the greenery of a strawberry.
Adds a little bit of an earthy edge to it.
Oh, very nice. Speaking of edging. You want me on there?
Fuck's sake. No, you definitely don't. I don't want a mic on you over there. Slurping. Slurping. He's like, I might go to bed, guys, and he's just talking about that.
No, but I've perked up now. I've got my snacks, my litre of fucking dairy.
Litre of chocolate protein milk.
Mm-hmm.
I've got people who live in this house sitting on the floor. That's how you know you've got some influence around here. I'm joking. I'm joking. I will be. Right, so what are we doing tomorrow, Matthew? Morning.
Running.
Are you coming?
Yes, definitely.
Is that the end? It's on the podcast. If you whatever you say now.
You're coming with me.
Yeah. Me and Matt are running with Kieran.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh, we're not putting names out here on QPod.
Oh, sorry. I'll beep that. I'll beep it. I'll beep and blur. I'll beep.
Me and Beep are running with Beep.
Yeah. Me and Beep are going running with Beep.
Yeah.
And we're going to be following Beep as he plods along.
As he beeps along.
As he beeps along. We're going to go do a 10k at a medium at Kieran's pace.
Oh,
Beep at Beep
out like that.
at Beep's pace.
You 10k at Kieran's.
Yeah. At his beeping pace. Beeping pace.
10k with Kieran. I think that's
Yeah, we will
as he runs. He's going to take on a nice leisurely route.
Where are we going? To like the Staples or something.
Backs Bridge.
Backs Bridge. We're going to St John's. Not a town for a mile. That's what we're going to be seeing.
Make sure they know exactly where we live. So we
Yeah.
live, we live in Barbourne. It's exactly like 1.2 kilometres away from the new Keepax Bridge, which brings about the same which is Worcester. And that's where we used to live if you want 5 years' addresses.
Kieran lived there for about 12 years, I'm sure.
So I was there for 5.
Oh.
We had George Clayton.
Oh yeah, we got beep. Yeah, we don't want. I will not put his name in there.
Absolute rat.
His name will not be named. He who shall not be named.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Is this how you envision your podcast going?
Not this one exactly, because this is. I don't think that they're going to be able to hear much of you guys at all, because these mics are very good at isolating it. So they might hear some of it. Hopefully they do, but we'll see. Obviously in post. So if you can't hear anything, this is. I've just been sat there here laughing, holding a mic.
To yourself.
Yeah.
You just have to repeat everything.
Yeah,
you say.
do you know what?
Complete nutter.
Yeah, just laugh. Just like, yeah, guys. There's no one actually there. They don't.
At the end, flip the camera around. We'll stand over that side.
Yeah, just move around as I turn around. Yeah, shuffle
Do
around.
as much of our actual living room as you can.
Yeah.
You get the Christmas tree in.
There's a window that's ground floor that's easy breaking. There's normally left open.
Photos earlier of all my CCTV.
No, I took a photo. No, I took.
I'm doing a day in the life vlog. I'm walking through. I've got 15 seconds to get to this key panel and then to this code.
The lasers are here. Make sure you jump over them.
It's the only 4 numbers that have been pressed.
Yeah.
To wear away.
No, I took
Yes,
a
I'm
picture
here with-
down his corridor, and he was in it with the light, and it looked cool. But it had the camera, the screen behind
Here
it.
with Bleep.
He
the
thinks
owner
that-
and proprietor of Bleep Limited.
Yeah. But he thinks that I'm that. Yeah, go on. So we can try and catch it in the mouth. Do a small.
Oh, come on. Bingo. Right in your. Oh!
You got to throw it a bit further.
Come on, put some stink on it. You know what you're doing.
That was you got to come on.
Right.
What do you want?
I just want literally
Oh, okay.
It's one throw away from mush.
Why are you ever?
because that's gonna hurt.
Okay, go on then.
Oh!
You see that?
He broke
That's as
it.
close as you're going to get to catch
Then he broke the table.
Outtakes.
Is it in the top as well?
Yeah.
Earthy.
Earthy texture.
You know the Germans aren't flying.
What Elon? It's
Throwing my heart.
It's the aggressiveness. We've got someone seriously doing some Roman saluting behind the camera right now.
Salve. You can't see me. I'm not.
So what's our verdict on that?
No! I wouldn't take the podcast political, mate.
Why not? It's funny.
It's dangerous.
But it's funny.
Is it?
I think it's funny.
Make America great again.
Again. I think my verdict is it's extremely difficult to defend him in any respect when it comes to that.
Hot take, I think it was wrong.
Yeah, this is not.
Totally wrong.
I think that it was a slightly. But the issue is that he's very autistic at the same time, which doesn't excuse anything. He knew what he was doing. It was choreographed. It was extremely aggressive, and I think he did it for the sake of blowing up and people saying it and publicity and all that sort of stuff. I think even though he doesn't need it, I think that that's something that he did. There is more, but there are. That people. So many other people have done that, not to that aggressive extent, but other people have done the same thing, and it wasn't called out.
What did he do?
I'm not doing it. Don't be so fucking stupid. Yeah, we got it going on behind the camera. He gave it the old.
Donald J. Trump is coming out to do his inauguration thing, and
yeah,
Elon's gone.
Elon has gone from the heart and he's made an aggressive oomph as he has done it. Right, I'm not doing it. It's very difficult to defend when you see it at first, and then you go core because someone's told you he's done that. So then in your head you're already thinking he's done it, right?
And we're talking
There's
about
other
it like idiots.
yeah,
That's
and exactly, and
what
this is what we're doing. But that's because this is a comedy podcast, obviously. But
what snacks have we got?
But then there's there's pictures of other politicians, Democratic politicians, holding the same position. Now, I'm not defending what he did. I'm just saying that it needs to be opened up to the whole context of speeches. And when other people do it, it's okay. But as soon as someone like that does it, he's a Nazi. Mm-hmm. And he's obviously gaslighting everyone, saying, "I didn't." That's exactly what it wasn't. But it was what you were doing. But
it's not a great look.
It's not a good look. But when I first saw it, I genuinely was like gobsmacked that he did it. That's how similar it is to what it is.
Factor for him, isn't it?
Exactly. But did you see him behind people afterward? Like during the thing, he's literally like he's off. He's on drugs or he's just an absolute robot. Like it's crazy. Here we go.
Spacing out so bad.
Yeah, he's literally like.
Pause the podcast while Kieran looks up Elon Musk. And that'll come.
Oh, I should be able to.
Theo Von.
Yeah, he fell off the chair. That was stupid.
He's brilliant.
He is good. Theo Von is really, really good.
Elon Musk Roman salute. That'll bring it up.
Yeah, that probably will. We'll just type Elon Musk. It'll be the first thing that comes up.
Oh.
Oh.
That's AI, surely.
No, that's literally what he did. That's a screenshot, but that's literally what he did. It's got a
For me,
it looks aggressive.
It's the aggressive. He literally in the mic. He goes while doing it. Leave in the comments what you thought.
I mean, there's absolutely no.
Like, comment, subscribe for this high.
Oh, it was My Heart Goes Out.
Yeah, and other people have done exactly the same thing, but he's done it to cause a ruckus.
Because he's a controversial figure anyway.
Because he's a controversial figure, people don't think he should be there.
He's practiced that. That is literally.
There is no chance. Yeah, there is no chance it's not choreographed. It's choreographed. That's the way to say it. It's choreographed. It doesn't mean. I don't think he's meaning to mean it with its actual previous meaning. Yeah, for sure. But it's definitely My Heart Goes Out to You. He's done it for the shock factor. But then people just because he knows everyone on Twitter and X or whatever is going to jump on it and call him a Nazi. He knows it, and then he can then say, and he owns it, and then he can then come back and say, "Oh, look at what you're doing," blah 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 blah. But then the right have now done exactly the same thing of what the left normally do, which is, "Oh, you've done this," and then they go instead of admitting it, or they go, "Oh, but you did this." They just come back with "Oh yeah, but you did this as well, so we're all bad" sort of thing. Because now the right are finding photos of all the other Democratic leaders who have done My Heart Goes Out to You. Most of them don't have a rigid wrist and fingers pointing out.
There's got to be a better way to indicate that. You can just say, "My heart goes out to you."
Yeah,
that's my heart. I don't need to throw it at anyone.
Yeah, but it's so nobody unless you're in the Trump camp or even in Elon's brain, because he's an absolute weird bloke, that we don't know what it was. It's obviously just, it's very easy to say it is. There are some very small crumbs of a way of saying that it's something else, but it's all just like, it's all, if you're going to believe, if you're Democrat, you're going to believe that he's a Nazi. If you're not, if you're right wing, you're going to say, it was a bit close there, Elon, but we'll let you off. That's what I think. And I am neither left nor right.
We forget these are the most calculated people in the world. With
Yeah.
the biggest teams behind them.
Exactly. And there's no way you can just accidentally
They're so
doing something.
protected.
They're so protected. They're 100% protected. I don't think that would be good. I think I'll be banned before he can even bloody get me feet on the ground. I think I'm not going to do that.
What are you doing?
But
He's like about to kiss it.
Just having a look.
shall we? Right, Matt. Give me a. Actually, from your reading today, what were you reading today? Did you?
Daily Stoic.
Yeah. So what? Talk to me about the quote or anything that you were talking about today, and we'll have a little quick conversation.
What today's reading was on,
So you can't remember?
but it was
A good one.
about what the prize is.
The price or the prize?
Do you want
The prize. The prize with a Z. I can chop some stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today's journaling was this. It's quite a lot.
It's not enough that someone's already written the
Today's-
down for you. You need to copy it.
Today's Bleeps journal says.
That's
You've
like-
written more in the title name Stoic than he has.
But no, I like speak to ChatGPT about it. I talk to them.
I'm literally right.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got mates, haven't you? ChatGPT isn't your mate.
I left Starbucks this morning, so I had a chat with ChatGPT for a bit about my book.
I know it's called ChatGPT. Doesn't mean you just chat to it all day.
No, but I do. I speak to him.
Him? Are you assuming his bloody gender?
He was shooting right out
You
on me
just
now.
bloody did it again.
So,
Could be a
the
Zer.
prize- You tell me what you make of this passage.
Okay.
Then. What's left to be prized? This, I think.
Start again.
Oh.
Oh!
Would you like to read it?
Let it out.
Go on then.
Oh, go on.
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
Doesn't want to be on a podcast.
No,
you go.
Don't read all my journal notes, though.
Don't scroll up or down.
I'm not going to do that.
You can just read.
So
You don't
the whole thing.
No, maybe just the top little bit.
Okay. What's left to be prized? This, I think, to limit our action or inaction to only what's in keeping with the needs of our own preparation.
What do you make of that?
I can't understand and read at the same time.
That's it. I'll read it.
So
to
now
you.
I've read that. Now you read it to
I'll
me.
read it to you. Okay,
Please.
Ready?
Yep.
What is left to be prized? This, I think, to limit our action or inaction to only what's in keeping with the needs of our own preparation. It's what the exertions of education and teaching are all about. This is the thing to be prized.
You're either locked in or you're cooked.
What do you guys think? What do you make of it?
I'm telling you right now,
It's bedtime.
it is way too
You would have
late.
been asleep for 2 hours by now.
I would have been
Now
asleep.
we're
My
just
bedtime's
dropping
8:30, 9 o'clock.
conversations.
And no joke, and I'll keep all this in. Did I look locked in?
No.
No.
Exactly,
So it's
because it's
basically
way
like-
too fucking late to be talking about.
You asked.
I know I did. I thought it was going to be a small quote.
It's mate,
This was
one. That's the longest one in the whole book.
Yeah.
So it's basically.
Well, so what is to be prized? So it try. So say
Like
one more
in
time.
this life,
In this life,
what is
what do we prize?
good? There you go. Yeah.
Okay. The inaction or inaction.
To limit our action or inaction to only what's in keeping with the needs of our own preparation. It's what the exertions of education and teaching are all about. This is what is to be prized.
I got nothing.
My brain is super fried.
Yeah.
What did you
And
make?
that is why I chat to ChatGPT. When I go like this, hey ChatGPT.
Right at 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
Fair play. Then talk to ChatGPT.
ChatGPT takes
Joy
no
point
days
toy.
off.
He doesn't. He doesn't have a foggy brain at fucking 10:30.
Hey ChatGPT.
Right. So explain to me. So now
What did
tell
you
me
make
what
of
you.
it?
Yeah. What do you
So
think?
My notes on it were. Don't be encouraged by the external materialistic rewards, but rather by prioritising what is actually important, enjoying life through quality time with others, and helping one another. So that is like the prize.
That's that's what you prize.
Yeah.
But for someone else, it could be totally different.
Yeah. So what do I personally prize? And the action and inaction, I was understanding, like, what are you actioning to get the prize, or what are you not doing to get the end result? So it's like delayed gratification. I'm taking that. If you're actively doing something positive, or not acting on wants or needs, or not needs but wants in that second, that is to be prized, because you're showing discipline. That's how I see it, but I think my brain is fucking cooked.
So I would like promote a response from ChatGPT by saying
GPT.
Yeah.
Is that the French? Is that the fucking French version?
Other information stealing AI bots are available.
And they gave me the idea of prize, external rewards. They also gave me the idea of exertion isn't about achieving something external. Like, a measure of success comes from within, and what your idea of success is.
Yeah.
What would you say, like, your idea of success is?
For me personally.
Yeah. Loads of money.
No, well, but I to be honest with you, I don't know. This is something I've been struggling with for a while.
That's why you should read the Daily Stoic and journal every single day about it.
I don't.
I think it changes though.
Yeah, for sure. Different stages. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree.
To figure out the goal. That's the goal still.
And that's
Yeah.
what we talk about.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. There's that I'm in, I'm trying to do different things, like this blooming podcast, which I didn't realise how fried I was until I just read that and literally didn't take a word in it.
That's really wordy.
And it is past my bedtime. Should we do a sleep stream?
Just you sleeping.
Me sleeping. That'll overheat in 2 minutes. So it's not.
1 hour and 15 minutes left.
What about the battery? Top right. No, that's memory card. What's top right?
Fell 38%.
Okay, there we go. That ain't an hour and 28 or whatever. Success for me, I don't really know. I don't feel as though I've had success, but I don't know if I know what success would mean to me, because I haven't thought about it enough. Even though I've done things that I would consider as successful or along the lines of being successful, I still don't feel any. Even when I hit my big months coaching, I still didn't really feel as though I had achieved anything. I don't know whether that was down to me being on my own and doing it alone, really. And then, you're not really celebrating with anyone, because it's just like, well, okay, cool. And then it's, there's no celebration. There's no one to be like, well done, or this or that. Like, maybe it's that I need to get it from external. And obviously that's different. Like, if you're journaling and you're doing all this stuff for yourself and it's all internal, and, I know Matt's very good at being internally
Broken.
Well, yeah, but like intrinsically feels good. Like, he hasn't drunk in a while. Like, that's a big issue for me, is saying I'm not going to drink once because I feel like I need to give myself a reward for something that I haven't even done, or that's not even worthwhile, and then completely going off the rails again.
So how long have you had a drinking problem?
I haven't had a drinking problem. It's after I've had 2 drinks. That's when I become
That's
a
the
fucking problem.
That's the problem.
I become a problem after fucking 2 drinks. That's what it is. And I can't just have 1 drink, because what's the fucking point of that? Yeah, the captain comes out.
So should we have a drink?
You got some gin? You got some vino in the fridge?
There's nothing in there.
But to answer your question, to me, success, being able to buy whatever you want, being able to live where you want, being able to, the freedom, yeah, which at the moment I don't have, because I'm working I'm not working at all, HMRC. I'm just I'm just helping a friend out a couple of times a week, every week. No, like, I don't have the freedom that I used to have, which is what I do miss, and that is why I'm trying to do other things. But at the same time, I need to have some form of routine, structure, accountability circle within that, within the freedom of having time, because otherwise I then don't have as much direction, and then I can end up, the force that you put into something can be lost in other directions that might be a distraction from the actual end purpose, which is to keep moving forwards. And that's what's always happened, is even when I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered to do this, I don't have anyone to be like, nah, come on, we need to do this because we're a team doing this, or we're working together on this, or it's always like me, and then I will always neglect myself or my own needs or my wants in the future for the for the short-term wins, which is staying in bed or eating or drinking or whatever it is, or not working on the business and doing something else, just because that's just the way I am with like work. I'll always put other things first before what I want or how I feel. Does that make sense?
So success right now is control of that.
Success right now is getting myself to a position where I feel in control of everything, which I feel I'm not in a bad position, but I don't feel in control of my
So what
of
the
everything.
Stoic would say about that is that you can't be in control of everything.
Like, where's the line? Like, where does it end?
You can only control.
What success? Where's the line? I don't know.
So much with control, because the more you gain, the more you're gonna want, and then
Exactly, 100%. And and it's like I've seen stuff that's like, hopefully they can hear like what you just said. I'm guessing.
Put it on the screen. What's roughly what was?
Yeah. Talk quick.
Hello.
Can you?
Yeah. If I speak like that,
Yeah.
the green
should
bars
be-
go up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you should be able to hear it then. At least it'll just be in the background. I forgot what.
So the beauty of it is realizing the things that you can't ever control.
Yeah,
and
and-
letting go of it, and then hyper focusing on the things that you can control.
Definitely.
Just letting go of some of that lack. You lose the lack of feeling of control when you stop trying to control everything.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm trying to control everything. Like, I am very much go with the flow, which is good when there's a structure, but I don't want the structure. I want the freedom, but I need a structure within the freedom, which I think only will come with working in a team with other people who are in the same focus as me, on the same wavelength, work balance, all that sort of stuff, which I haven't had before.
You don't want to go with just any flow. You want to
No.
you want to be driving your own flow.
Yeah, and I want to be able to do, if I want to work 7 days that week, I want to do that. If I don't want to work 4 days that week, or whatever, if I want to put in the effort when I feel like it, because I know that I'm very temperamental. If you book in on an evening, we're going to do this, and I don't feel like doing it. Yes, sometimes I need someone to say, we're doing it, and I'll do it. Obviously, my brain might be foggy as shit, and it might not be the best, which is fine, but at least we're doing something. I like these podcasts. I'm trying to just get as much out. I'm trying to build up a portfolio of podcasts and try and get better at them. Obviously, I'm trying different stuff. The first 10 are going to be shit. I know that anyway, because I'm chatting rubbish, but we're having a good conversation now. And I'm just talking about rubbish and ruining the space of what we're doing. And then I've forgotten what I'm literally like.
Flow. I'm feeling like working when you don't want to work, and I think a lot of it comes into discipline.
Yeah, I'm much my lazy. Yeah, discipline. My laziness, like when I'm off and I don't have anyone else. Yes, I can be really disciplined, but then I'm either really disciplined or I'm really undisciplined. There's no in between. I don't have that middle ground.
Is that in all aspects of life or just business?
All that fitness, health,
100%.
habits. It's just how I work. It's just how I am. So I need other people, and this is not just me relying on other people, because I can still do stuff on my own. It's just I need other people around me who can harness the energy and the skill set when I'm on caffeine at 10 a.m. right? But then also manage to keep me as high as to keep me up there as long as possible, but understand that when it does drop off, that I physically cannot do stuff at that point. So it's understanding me as a person, being able to then get the most out of me, which when I'm working hard, I want to do everything. I want to do, like I was talking to you today, I want to literally do about 7 different things all at once. This is a good position. I feel good in myself. I feel like there's steps to do that as well. Obviously, I need to brainstorm and figure that out further. But when I start to doubt myself and doubt what I'm doing because I've started many things and not continued it. That's my issue, is I don't follow through with stuff over a long period of time. Is if I get to that point, I need people to then help me establish that before it starts to become an issue, and then I completely regress, which is what happens a lot.
So if you look back on, say, 2 of your ventures already, such as personal training, online coaching, and the golf thing, have you given up too soon on those?
The golf thing, yeah. I want to do the golf thing. I think the golf thing down the line will be something that I enjoy and I'll post, and I like doing that. That's a hobby more. I liked personal training, but I was able to make more money online coaching. But then I took away the enjoyment of personal training by doing the online coaching and sat there just trying to find new leads constantly, which is just mind numbing. And when you've got X amount of people a week saying not even replying to messages and whatever else, and people don't even want to sign up. They're just doing it because they feel bad, and it's just I feel as though I could have kept going, but I would be in a way worse place now. Even if I had managed to keep the business afloat, money wise, P&L wise, it really was not good. I just hated it.
So where are you now then? So you say you're in a better place now than you would have been back then. So where are you now? What are you doing now?
Exactly what I'm doing.
What are you up to?
Well, I did. Well, if you'd watched the last bloody podcast, you'd bloody know, wouldn't you? But want to start a media company. So doing podcast production, content production for small businesses, such as coaches like I was, online coaches, doing a full day of videography and editing X amount of however many ideas that they have, editing it for a set price, and then can set up retainers for certain coaches who like to post but don't have the skills or the knowledge or the camera quality or the time to edit and film all their videos at that high quality. That's the service that I'm looking to provide, to then allow me to have a vehicle to then follow the passions of podcasting and the bigger picture stuff of building a brand of some sort, clothing, sports, following the footsteps of people, UVU, 28 Club, represent all that, Coldbucks and all that sort of stuff. That's the style. But I've also been thinking that those are the styles of the people. The styles of those ones, really aesthetic, clean, no talking, very mute sort of clean aesthetics. That's not really me. And my brand, and a brand that if I brought out a brand, it wouldn't. I've always been very opposite, not aligned with me. It's always something that I think people want, or I think that will be cool, right? And what I think's cool, but me, it's hard to explain. Like, I think UVU is like one of the cleanest brands ever, and I based my own physique goals back in the day off the guy who basically runs it at Gillespie, I think. Tattoos, everything. If you saw him, you'd be like, oh yeah, Quinn wanted to be him when he was younger. Like, that's literally what it was. So then I see his stuff and I'm like, or their stuff, that's what I want mine to be like. But then that's not my brand. That's a copycat of someone else's brand that's not actually me. So that's why I'm like, I need to actually, obviously a brand takes a long time to develop and establish itself and its styles and its, whatever else. But I feel like I have to, if I'm going to do a brand, obviously I need to figure out to have other people involved, because I can't. I sent it to you, didn't I, Matt? I sent the reel that was 28 Club, shout out 28 Club. They said, it's not their quote, obviously, but to go fast, you go alone, but to go far, you go together. And I've always gone alone, and I always do really well at the start, and then it drops off, and then I'm like, do something else, and I get bored. Just like I run tomorrow. Go fast at the start. And then we just go, nah, this is pretty rubbish, actually. But yeah, so I want to do a brand at some point.
Okay, well, if you want to go together, I'd like to get involved with a clothing brand.
Well, as I said to you earlier, 100% we'll do that.
And we can retail it at sole purpose.
Of course we can.
It there.
Yeah.
And by that time, we'll have a following, so...
Definitely. Simon Squibb will come down and he sit on my podcast, and I sat with my arm behind him like this, and I say, all right, Simon.
Picture it now.
Yeah.
Do Do you think that will then help with the things that you think you struggled in the past in terms of like discipline and stuff, like working with like-minded people and
Definitely, because
having those
it's
meetings in place and everything?
meetings in place, having
Structure,
having to actually manage other people and having more responsibility. Not like I'd be the fucking manager, but you know, being able to use my skills as a team manager and a team player that I've never ever been able to do, unless it's someone who's I'm like subcontracting in, but that person doesn't have their full focus and their full want to actually grow your business. I've tried it. I had a VA called Joanna, really nice girl, and she worked hard. But I said to her, I was like, the longer you work for me, the better the perks will be. You know, X, Y, Z. And she was like, yeah. She worked hard, but then I wanted someone who worked for QPT, but she was subcontracted, and eventually was like, look, I found another job, and it was like, obviously, I'm like, yeah, cool. But then I'm just like, I can't. I need someone who's like almost can't leave, because until we get to that point, because that's what it takes to be successful. You have to live and breathe the brand. You have to live and breathe, you know, the what you're doing. If you're half-hearted, you're not gonna make it. It's just the bottom line. Kieran is opening a bloody shoe shop next week. Shh, not. Oh, Beep is opening a Beep next week in Worcester. You bloody know already what it is. Bleeping. But yeah, so that's February 1st. I don't know when this is coming out, probably this week. I'll actually put this on my Instagram. I actually will. Do you want to come and announce it? Do a soft launch. Right. What's the street? The Crossroads in Worcester.
66 Foregate Street.
66 Foregate Street. Used to be a bagel shop, but then it was a coffee shop, I'm pretty sure. It's now a fucking sneaker shop. Go and buy some Yeezus. and some Air Force Lows. I'm such a sneakerhead. Go buy some Panda Dunks. Go buy. I know.
Go buy some absolute bricks.
Go buy some Crocs, some Yeezys. You got loads of Yeezys, didn't you?
Yeah.
He's got loads of Yeezys. Go and the code for the alarm is. But yeah, February 1st on the corner. Used to be a bagel shop. That's how I remember it, because I lived in Worcester 3 years ago. He's doing a big launch, so make sure that you go and go to the shop. Look, he's cringing out because he's launching a store. It's like, what, do you want 4 people to turn up?
Yeah,
3.
I prefer that. Nice intimate, hour-long conversation with each of them.
Yeah.
And then in
No.
nice intimate sleeping under the bridge.
Yeah. We'll have a nice intimate moment of carrying him along.
Scoop me out the river.
Yeah, we will.
It's opposite the train station. You can't fucking miss it.
Opposite the train station. It's called Soul Purpose. Soul Purpose. What a pun! I love it. But he's actually out to do a lot of good in the Worcester community. He wants to do a lot of charity stuff, and like I would get him to explain, but he's a fucking bitch, so he wouldn't want to do it. Basically, he wants to do a lot of good in the community, using the shop as a means to do good in I don't think philanthropy, that's giving money, really, isn't it? But just being a good member of the society. Oh, one of the lights has died. Oh no. We're gonna.
That's really eerie. I think that's a sign.
But anyway, yeah, we're gonna end it here. Thank you very much for my lovely audience giving me questions. That was very nice. Maybe one time.
Audience? I thought I was a co-host.
No, co-host. Yeah, co-host is on the screen, and you didn't have a mic.
They can definitely hear us.
Yeah, you definitely can hear it. Yeah, for sure. We'll do this again. Beep will be on this side of the camera, or he'll have a mic, and we'll have a serious conversation about something else. We had a good conversation today. I can't remember what any of it was, but I feel like I didn't ramble too much, did I? Probably.
What did you want to get out of this podcast? Do you feel you've achieved that?
I wanted to get a podcast out of it, so I think we've done that.
There's at least like 20 seconds of usable footage.
That's perfect.
I'm not going to be putting this anywhere else except YouTube as one block.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's... why would I?
You are.
He's just workshopping his stuff.
Yeah, I'm just figuring it out.
He's putting up
I want
shots.
people to watch it. I had one of my good mates, Timson, at home. He watched the whole thing, gave me criticism on stuff. He said to put a whiteboard up with the subjects what I was talking about. Obviously today I had no subject, no script, so that's the whole point of this one is just...
Have you been here?
No, but like behind here so people can see, so it's less...
Actually. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a ring girl.
But anyway, yeah. Get in a bra and do it. Walk across the camera. Anyway, this has been the QPod, episode number 2. We're just doing different... Thanks for unfocusing the camera.
We'll be on TikTok live.
We're going to be... Yeah, we'll see you later.
Episode 2 again. So I just fucked it up.
Oh.
Say it all again.
Thank you very much for listening to QPod, episode number 2. We will be back as soon as possible. This will be out the week commencing the 28th, 7th. I'm going to be trying to do as many podcasts as possible. This is why we're in this set, because I'm trying to just do stuff and get as least resistance and trying to get as many podcasts as I can under my belt so I can get better. Because if you do like 4 hours a week or something every week, then you're going to be better than 90%, 95% of everyone on the planet Earth at it. Alex Hormozy, exactly.
The law of volume or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then you find what the best 10% is, and then you do 10 times of that 10% to make up the 100%.
Come on!
I listened to a podcast of those talking about branding because I'm going to make a brand. Right, turn his fucking shit off.